Okay, guys, I'm working out the last example for you guys. It's the number 3 on your stoichiometry practice test. So I want to read through the problem with you, and I've written down the equation that you're given. And so now I'm going to go through the actual given amounts and what I'm looking for. So I'm going to read number 3. How many moles of magnesium oxide are produced when 96 grams of oxygen react with 133 grams of magnesium metal? So again, it's given me 2 given amounts, but you just write what goes with what above it in the equation, and you can keep everything straight. The difference in this one is I'm given grams, but I'm not asked to go to grams. I'm asked to go to moles, something different. So I told you in your original mass setup that you would have 4 different types of problems, possibly. One was mole, one was mass, and then the second and third one are just variations of those 2 problems. So this is one of those. This is a great example for you to watch, right? So I'm going to start by what I'm given, right? I'm given 133 grams of magnesium, and I'm given 96 grams of oxygen. And so I'm going to set up a problem, but I'm going to stop here and go step by step. We know that we can go from grams of one thing into moles, right? But we'll still be moles of magnesium. And we still need to get to moles of MgO. So our next step would be mole ratio, moles of what I'm given on the bottom, into moles of what it's asking me to find, moles of MgO. And this is where I stop the problem. My next step would be to take it all the way to mass. However, I don't need to go all the way to mass because my answer is right here, moles of magnesium. And that's what it wants me to find, moles of magnesium. So I actually stop right here because this would give me what it's looking for. The problem asks for moles of magnesium, and here's my answer, moles of magnesium, right? So I'm going to stop my problem right there. Same thing here. I can go from grams of O2 into moles of O2, and then take moles of O2, that's what I'm given, it goes on the bottom here and here, into moles of MgO. Yet again, I don't have to do that last step because it didn't ask me for grams of that. It asked me for moles of that. So now I'm going to go through and plug in my numbers, right? So it's really great. You have all your information right here. I did leave off the gram formula mass. I'm so sorry. I didn't write the gram formula mass underneath. All right? So let's do that right now. The gram formula mass from the periodic table of magnesium is 24.31. The gram formula mass of 2 oxygens is 32. And the gram formula mass of this is 56.31. Okay? So I know I need these 2 gram formula masses because I've got to convert from grams into moles. So the gram amount for oxygen goes here, 32. The gram amount for magnesium would go here, 24.31. And I'm going to stop right there just to point out, you might be asking yourself, why is she working out 2 problems again? And it's because my information in my problem gives me 2 different given amounts. When I'm given 2 different given amounts, I need to work out both problems using both given amounts. This was a given amount to me. I'm going to take it to moles of MgO. This was a given amount to me. I need to take it to moles of MgO. Because you never know which one's the right answer. You never know which given amount is going to give you the right answer. So if this ever happens on your end of course, just do 2 different mass mole, mass, whatever you got to work out. Find both answers, and then we're going to compare them at the end. So now back to our problem. Let me finish right here. Moles of oxygen, that comes from your coefficients, remember. Your mole amounts are from coefficients in your equation. So this is a 1. There are 2 MgOs. There are 2 Mgs. There are 2 MgOs again. Right? So now when I work out the math on this, right, this and this will cancel. This and this will cancel. I'll just be left with moles of MgO. Same thing down here. Grams of O2 cancels. Moles of O2 cancels. And I'm just left with MgO. So when you work out the math on this, I get 6 moles of MgO. And on this one, I get 5.47 moles of MgO. Do not just write that answer down without checking the math. You need to make sure you're doing the math right. Hitting the equal sign in between each step, or multiply across, divide. Hit the equal sign in between each function. Right? So let's look at our answer choices. Both of these answers actually show up. 5.47 is letter C. 6 moles is letter B. Which one technically is correct? The least amount. This one is the smallest answer. It would be correct. Okay? Even though this one shows up and it is a correct answer, you worked it out right. The true answer is the one that's the smallest amount. Right? So this one is not the one you would choose on your multiple choice. Right? I've worked out 3 problems for you. I'm going to put the answers to the rest of them and these as well on Blackboard right now. And then I'm going to add the videos later tonight so that you can watch those in class tomorrow if we get done early. You can watch them over the weekend if you get stuck as you're working through your practice test. And then I'm going to show you one thing in class tomorrow that's new. Okay? Or make you a new video for the weekend if we run out of time. Thanks for watching.